That seems to work. Awesome. I'm driving back home. Got nothing else to do, so Donny review then. Yeah, it was good. Overall, it was good. I'm a little bit annoyed because there was so much improvement. I wish there was just a bit more, and then I could have been right up with some more of the guys, but more about that in a minute. So, car prep then for the off-season has been the exhaust, a nice new Ashley exhaust system, mainly to save a bit of weight. It's 10 kilos lighter than the standard exhaust. Yeah, I thought with these new regs that we're all doing, we're all power to weight ratio measured, we're all going to be on an equal footing, which is great. It's a way to make it a bit pointless spending thousands of pounds in your engine, which I'm going to be a fan of that, because I haven't spent anything on the engine, and I thought I'm going to be better off without having to do anything. But let's get the weight down. Ashley exhaust, they're really well regarded for those cars. I have heard, why bother, because they're not going to give you any more power unless you chip this ECU. We're not allowed to chip the ECU. Alright, so it's mainly weight saving. Stuck it on the dyno, and there's 10 more horsepower at the wheels, and I thought, this is interesting. And bizarrely, the car then became, because of the regs, the car was underweight, so I had to put a bit of fuel in. So okay, so we go out for quali. I hit the throttle and I'm getting a punch in the back, and getting up into 5th gear. Bizarre. Each time I go into 5th gear is when a short shift to go down the credit curves. But sure enough, down past the that long building on the left, I think it's the Exhibition Straight, and on the start line as well. So I've got to remember to change around twice in the 3rd, rather than just change down once and I'm in 4th and I'm going a bit too quick. So quali then, and I'm up with people, and what used to happen is I would kind of back off, start off reasonably slowly, try and make sure I had a gap, a little bubble. Quickly realised I'm not quick enough to do that. Just go flat out. People will pass me anyway, so it's fine. This was different. This was very different. There was a guy I was coming up to in the start finish straight. I thought, why are you going so slow? So I passed him, went a bit wide at Redgate. He got past me. I was then following the Watts brothers, and yeah, again, I'm thinking, why are you going so? Why are you going so slow? But again, they were trying to get some heat into their tyres, get a bit of space, and I was right there with them until I ended up in the gravel at the bottom of the credit curves. And my legitimate excuse there is I was really nailing Redgate. I've been watching my videos, really deciding, right, turn in late, get on the power as early as possible, take a late apex, get down there nice and quick. Plus with the extra power, yeah, wow, I was just taking too much speed. It was, Cranes is now challenging. It wasn't before. The other thing I've done over the winter is the tyres, brand new tyres. It's noticeable when you push them with your finger in there. They're a bit spongy, they're almost a little bit sticky, whereas the old tyres I've got, they're rock hard. They're like plastic. So I guess, yeah, there's quite a lot of grip in the new tyres. And I was finding that, I wasn't running out of grip. I was holding on for dear life last year. I was almost taking every inch I could out of the curbs, and now I can be a bit lazy. So, and I'm not really, taking too much of the curbs on exits. So I know I need to take in far, far more speed and have faith that the car will stick. But yeah, quali, I did have one bit of a moment going down the Craners and collected it. And I just thought, well, everything needs to warm up. It will be fine. Stay flat. But the line I take down the Craner curves, obviously with my car setup, you can't take flat, which I found out because I ended up in the gravel. Fortunately, didn't hit anything, but thought, okay, bloody hell, this is interesting. Race 1, I'm in race 1. Yeah, it didn't really. I was on my own, really. I was a bit annoyed afterwards. I didn't manage as good a lap as I did in quali when I didn't even have a clean lap. One thing I have noticed is going through the gravel, I'd broken the seal on the exhaust because I'd put a load of exhaust paste to seal up the back section, and because the clamp I've used is rubbish, not up to the job. The threads, I think, were getting chewed up by the nut when I was trying to tighten it. So I got another one from Dean Twiggs on his way, proper size one. Yeah, so I think I was probably down on power for the 2 races, and it did feel a little bit like it, to be honest. Yeah, because the exhaust is, you can feel it. The exhaust is coming out of the sleeve back the other way rather than going through the back box. So anyway, so race 1, just got through it really, bit slower. Afterwards, I looked at the times, and after the disappointment of seeing I was a little bit slower than my fastest lap in quali, which was, by the way, about 2 seconds quicker than I'd managed last year. New tyres and the exhaust, a little bit better. That's it. I noticed was the middle section that a big difference from race 1 to qualifying in that middle section. Donington National, that's towards the bottom of the Craner curves, up the hill, round Coppice and McLean's, whichever way around it is. And I thought, I bet that's I was thinking back to it, and I think I was being a bit more cautious down to the run down to the old hairpin and then back up the hill. I thought, yeah, I was definitely being more cautious there. Don't know why, but let's make a big go of bringing a bit later and getting up that hill with carrying as much speed as I can. Really crucial. So for race 2 I did, and yeah, I got my fastest lap of the weekend. Really happy on that respect. But like I said right at the start, annoyed at the same time because I could have if I just had a bit more, I might have been battling with other cars. There's one car in particular, the 47, I've never been able to keep hold of. Sometimes he makes a mistake, and then I just have to let him pass. I might as well, because he's going to get past me, and I don't want to waste too much time. This time, I think he might have been having some handling issues, but I was catching him race 2, and then I was only losing time at the yellow flags. Maybe I was slowing down too much, I don't know. But I was catching him, and that's quite encouraging. There's a lovely Mustang on the right here. So race 2 was a bit of a mess, to be honest. Unfortunate accident with one of the really nicely turned up cars. He was okay on the start line and the finish straight. So it was red flagged. We've had our first mechanical issue, right? Wow. What's happening is the washer jets and the wipers are stuck on. You can hear the washer jets going nee, nee, and I reckon it's not actually there's probably something on the circuit to do with the headlight washer stuff, because I've been messing around with that wiring to put LED headlights in. It's new in the regs for this year, and I reckon there's something gone a bit awry there. So it's quite silly, but it's fine. You just have to deal with occasionally the windscreen wipers going fine, except on the driver's side wiper unclipped itself and came off just before the start. So I asked the marshal to, can you just take it and throw it away or something, just get rid of it. So the wipers were still going, and the metal bit was scratching the windscreen, and I thought, I hope that doesn't crack somehow. Red flag is the accident, and they put it back in for me, which was nice of them. So I had some free help. A bit of a lonely race of my own. There's a couple of new guys behind me, but they're brand new. Yeah, it's mostly on my own. It's a bit of a scary moment. I might have been before the restart. I just looked to my right, and there's a car not going in the straight line, the same as everybody else, but he's pointing towards me. That was at Redgate. Yeah, it was fine. Fortunately, didn't collect me. So yeah, overall then, the exhaust is pretty good. Tyres, because the extra speed from the exhaust, I'm still not using the maximum amount of grip. So yeah, that bodes well for the future. It's quite interesting seeing that the massive difference. So yeah, all in all, more learning, positive. For the race too as well, I pushing down on the left rear corner and the right rear corner. Even though they're on the same number of clicks, the right rear corner was like granite. So I softened it by a click, and just that one click meant the exit of the Goddard chicane, I was getting less wheel spin, probably on the right rear corner. The rear was behaving itself better. So yeah, I am going to get those in to Gaz. I need to take them off this weekend and get them off to Gaz. They've never been serviced since I've had them, and you should service them periodically. Well, the rears have, but that's when I first had them and they were leaking. It's usually a good service from Gaz, so I'll try and get them off early next week and then get them back on the car. Cadwell is the next round, about 3 weeks from now. Cadwell's awesome. Scary as. I feel sorry for the new guys. I hope they do some testing, because yeah, it is merciless. It is relentless. It's just, you don't stop. You don't get a break. You get a small break at the top of the hill, and it dips and then it goes back up again, and then you're straight back into it. Right corner, and then you've got a really ballsy long right-hander, and then you've got the gooseneck, and then you've got the left at the bottom of the hill, and then you've got a tiny short straight, and it's all over too quickly, and then you've got the bonkers venting section, which I nearly stuffed it into the tyres a couple of times last year. Try not to do that this year. Yeah, we'll see how I go. That's enough for now. That'll do for an update. There needs to be a few more of these in our quest to grow our little family racing team up a bit. These videos do okay. It gets the views up. It's good for potential sponsors because we have an audience and all that stuff. So thank you for watching, and we'll do another one after Cadwell. Bye for now.